Good morning, you lovely lot. Welcome back to the channel. Today you find me on a lovely little campsite connected to a pub in Pewsley. I'm here with a few mates and yeah, it's the first time I've been on a campsite this year, I believe, and it got me thinking about the upcoming festival season. So I've got some hints and tips to run through with you to get the best out of festivals this year when you're out and about in your motorhome and campervan. But I also want to show you around this lovely little campsite. So let's crack on, shall we? Now, like I said, festival season is upon us and the sun is shining. My glasses are tinted at the moment, so that is a good sign. Still a little bit nippy, but it is all positive signs, and like I say, the shows are fast approaching. If you want to see a full list of all the shows that I am going to this year, then scan the QR code up here or click the link in the description to go to my show page of all the shows and festivals that I'm attending this year, because there's a lot and I can't wait for them. It's going to be absolutely brilliant, it really is. But there's a few things that I think are quite important to mention, and hints and tips to get the best out of the shows, because there's so much going on at them. You can kind of get a little bit lost and kind of, you know, overlook things and forget things. So I reached out to Tash and Beth from Life Beyond Bricks and Hills Explore and asked them for a few of their hints and tips, and they didn't let me down, I tell you that. Now, before we crack on with the hints and tips, I'm gonna keep you hooked like a semi-decent YouTuber should. I want to show you the pub. So this is the Barge Inn in Pewsey. So it's a pub, as you can see just here. Now I have got the what three words, and it is betraying later turns. So let me show you that. There you go, betraying later terms. Now I have the full details of this campsite and the pub and everything in the description below, so you can check that out and then check out the website. You can book online. For me, it's £12.50 a night without hookup. They do have a few hookup pitches, but yeah, £12.50. They have got some facilities here. So you've got the pub, it's on the canal, hence the Barge Inn of a barge boats. So it's really nice. As you can see here, they've got loads of tables right out along the water's edge, which is really nice. They have quite a lot going on here throughout the year. I know they're already gearing up for this weekend for a music festival, a local band that has quite a following. They're coming down this weekend, and I think they take over the whole campsite. So do check on the website of what they've got going on. But they're quite a busy place in the summer, and rightly so, when it's nice and cheap, not too expensive. I can smell bacon. I'm proper hankering for that, because yeah, they do food, they do this, that and the other, but it's really nice. You get a lot of walkers along the canal. It's a nice place to do a walk, you know, because I went for a walk yesterday with Pete and Carla and the dogs, and we went down all the canal and then come back on the other side. But look at this, it's nice, isn't it? It's really nice. This is the main entrance that you come into. When you come in from here, this way is for the pub car park. You'll just come straight in here, straight down to the campsite section, which is down here. It's quite nice. It's quite rough around the edges a little bit, you know. It's not like your club site, but then when you go to your club sites, you all have to be prim and proper between the white flags here, there and everywhere. And you know, there's a lot of rules. Here it is very chilled, very laid back, and that is what most people want these days. They want, you know, just to be left alone, you know, to drive on, find your spot and just be left to do, you know, to chill out and do your thing. And that's kind of what it is here. I mean, obviously the busier it is through peak season, there'll be a bit more, you know, rules and organisation, shall we say, but 9 times out of 10 it's a really chilled, laid back place. Like I said, they've got the music thing going on here this weekend, so they are stocking up wood and everything ready for the fire pit to be on this weekend, which is going to be cool. I mean, look at that, it's just nice area so that you can just hang out. And you've got the kids play area, more benches in the back over there, and then you've got the toilet, showers and washing machines over there, so we'll have a little look. There is other toilets and showers here, but but they're currently being renovated at the moment and revamped. But then when you walk through into like the second beer garden, where the kids play area is, you've got like a ping pong table, a foosball table, you've got loads more benches for you to sit at, so if you are with the kids, you can hang here while the kids are playing on, I don't know what that is, an adventure thing, a jungle gym, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so there's somewhere for everyone. And then in here is where you've got the washroom. So there is an honesty box here for the washing machines and the dryers. You've got a dryer here, a washer here, and there, I think that's a wash. Is that a washer? There's the first shower, and then you swing through, and then you've got another shower here. It's basic, but it's got more than what you would expect for 12 quid, you know what I mean? Like I say, I've paid £12.50 for the night. I'm not sure if it's more for another person with their camper or not. I've not checked that out, but because I'm just riding solo. Now you have got an Elson point over here and fresh water. The only one thing I will say is with the fresh water, it's on the entrance, so that's a bit of a pain if you want to fill up on your way out or something. So I just factor that into your plan when you are leaving. Maybe do it a couple of hours before you leave, so then it's not on the rush hour, everyone trying to go in and out, and you're not blocking someone, because it is on the entrance. So yeah, that's just one thing I would remember. Just at the site entrance here, there's where your bins are, and they do have more bins down the end there. And then you've got your Elson point just round the back there. But no one wants to see that. No one needs to see that. It is what it is. You know, it's an Elson point. It's where we empty the cassette. There is a first aid and check-in point here, so an information point. So if you need anything, then come along here and then have a chat. But whoa, I thought I didn't get stung by a bee then. But yeah, it's a really cool little site. Like I say, a little rough around the edges, but that's what we like. You know, you don't always want the prim, proper site that have got, you know, manicured lawns and you've got to be between the white pegs and this, that and the other. You want to be able to just hang with your mates and park kind of how you want. Now, this is the main campsite area, but they have got another field which I think they get an exemption for later on, so then they can have a lot more motorhomes. When it starts drying out, you can go in there. Now these pitches here are hard stand-ins, and they do have electric if you want them, so that's where we are. No problems where we are. They're quite open with you having a barbecue or a little fire pit. Just, you know, obviously be sensible. Don't you know, we've got a mat down and put it over the pile of sand, so there's not going to ruin the grass or anything. I think it's time to crack on with some hints and tips to get the most out of festival season, don't you? So first and foremost, these hints and tips, they're aimed at everyone, whether you're full-time weekend warriors or, you know, just your first time ever out in your motorhome or campervan. They're aimed at everyone, you know, because none of us are perfect. I'm certainly not, and I forget things all the time. The first one would be, try and tag a day on the beginning and the end of the weekend of the festival or the show. So if you're going down, if the show starts on a Friday, try and tag a Thursday on, and then if it finishes on a Sunday, try and tag a Monday on. So you're off work and then you've got a bit of time either side. Now this allows you to travel down on the Thursday, find a little park up, stop somewhere, you know, nice and easy. But it also then allows you, once you've finished your weekend, to, you know, either have a park up on the way back up, and then, you know, leave the festival at a nice reasonable time, find a park up on the way back up to your base, and then mosey on Monday back home, and you can unpack and get rid of things. It's just about not having to rush, you know, because if you have to rush down, and I know, I get this, some people can't, they haven't got enough holiday, or they're just otherwise committed. If you have to rush down on a Friday when you finish work, it is a rush and it is a hassle. So I would say, if that is your case, then just prepare as much as you can beforehand to try and make it as simple and as easy as possible on you, and as stress-free. The next hint and tip to go with that, which really does dovetail with that nicely, is know your route down and know where you're going to stop. So if you're not allowed to get to the festival or the show until, you know, 2 p.m. for instance, and you want to leave in good time, you want to be, you know, away from traffic and all that, which I get, I'm always like to be really early than late, then you need somewhere to stop. Now you can't just stop outside the festival, so have a little look around the area, see if there's a few supermarkets, some big retail parks or somewhere like that, even a big lay-by, but make sure you've got a few that you could then stop at, that's only like 2 or 3 minutes away, 5 minutes away from where you need to go, but you can stop safely and out of the way, so you're not clogging up the roads, you're not clogging up the entrance to the show, and you can again just unwind, have a cup of tea, have a Pepsi Max and get ready for the show. If you are thinking of coming down a day early and thinking of doing some wild camping, then make sure you check out this. Now that was another lovely night's park up, no problems, no knock, no hassle. Now if you would like to start wild camping just like me and finding places to park without the dreaded knock, then grab my book. It will teach you everything you need to know from 8 years of experience of mine without ever getting a knock. Grab it now, you're not going to want to miss it. Whilst I've been filming, Pete and Cara have been out walking the dogs, and then they've just called me that they're on the other side of the canal. There's like a little, I've rushed over because I want to beat them quick. There's like a little shop. So this is called the India shop, and then there's a little like information centre down there about the crop circles, but there's also a cafe with good food, tea and cake, which is what we've come over for. So yeah, if you just walk down to the end of the road, go over the bridge and then loop round, you got a nice little cafe with tea and cake. I've got to say, trying to film with these two, they're trying to be quiet while I film something, and they're just about to burst. They just can't handle themselves. They just... One thing you have got to keep in mind with these shows and the festivals is that a lot of them don't come with electrical hookup. So maintaining your power situation is very important. And that's where things like these come involved. This is the new River 3 series from EcoFlow, and this is brilliant. This is the River 3 Plus. This is the wireless one and this is the non-wireless one. They are incredible. I am absolutely in love with them. I really am. They are so slim, lightweight and sleek. It's unreal. They're 286 watt hours, but they are expandable, I think up to 858. I had to have a quick look then. There's 2 different battery expansions. As you can see, they're not huge. They're really not. I mean, it's shorter than my iPhone, and you can see it's just a little bit longer than my iPhone, right? They're really not that big. But they pack an absolute punch. If you're not a massive power user and you don't need a massive power bank like I have it myself, which from the Delta range, which are big power banks, they really are, then one of these will be perfect for you because they sit comfortably at 600 watts with the inverter, but with X Boost, they can go up to 1200 watts, which is incredible. It really is. They can recharge within an hour, and they are so quiet. They're under 30 decibels. I had to keep checking that it was on and it was charging because it was so quiet. I mean, when you look at the River 2 series to the River 3 series, they have made some incredible changes, really have. They are so good. I mean, the River 2 series was brilliant and I love it, and I've still got bits of kit from that. But the River 3 series, leaps and bounds. 3,000 cycles, they're gonna last you at least 10 years and then drop to about 80% potentially. But I mean, come on, these look. And look at this, look at this. This is the one I just love, I really do. It's wireless, so I can pop this just straight on here. And I've been saying this so long, I like a wireless top. So now my phone is charging, right? Let's say I need to go out the door because I'm at the festival and my mates have just knocked. Are you coming out? Literally like knocking, am I coming out to play? Yeah, no worries, but my phone's a little bit down. No worries. Take my phone off and look, it's got a MagSafe charger that comes off, sticks to the back of my phone. I'm still charging and I'm out the door having fun at the festival. What? I mean, come on. And then I come back, I can just pop that straight back in, and it's now charging that, charging the wireless MagSafe battery, and it's charging my phone. I mean, come on. Now, they do come with the standard ports, so you've got your 240 socket, you've got your 100 watt PD port, you've got your 2 USB ports, and you've got your 12 volt socket there. But you have got a nice light on the bottom now, so if you are out and about, you're using this at night, round the campfire. I say out and about like you're taking it for a walk. No, round the campfire, you have got lights just to light the area or whatever you're using. I've got one of these in my garage and one on the side. I love this one on the side in the motorhome because of the wireless charger. It's brilliant. Now, if you do want to expand these, it's really easy to expand them. So you could start with either one, and then you think, I do want a bit more power, and that's where the expansion battery comes in. Now, these are available in 2 sizes. This is the smaller of the 2, and it's so simple to connect. You literally just undo the connection at the bottom, take the rubber guard off, and you pull it on the front just like that and click it straight in. I mean, and now you have just increased your capacity from 286 to 572 with this one, but it can go up to 858 watt hours. But with the added battery, you do get another USB Type-C PD port on the front, which is I want to say 140 watts charging and recharging, which is brilliant. I mean, it's such a small unit, but it packs such a punch. I just can't get enough of these. They can take 220 watts of solar power input, which is incredible for such a small compact unit. It really is. They recharge within 1 hour. 1 hour. And they really are not heavy at all. They're not a big unit. They're really not. If you are in the market to get a power bank, be it one of these brand new River 3 Plus series or any of the other range, which are all phenomenal, you know how much I love EcoFlow, then now is the perfect time to grab one ready for festival season, because they've got their spring sale on. So scan the QR code up here right now, or click the link in the description, head on over, make sure you use the code URBAN, because you'll get an extra 8% discount. What is that? I mean, right, come on, extra 8% discount on top of the sale. There is also a code in the description below for if you're buying on Amazon. Make sure you use that and you get yourself an extra 8% off. Grab yourself a bargain while the sale's now on. Get your power options sorted, ready for the festival season. Love it. Next tip is to download and save your tickets to your phone. Don't do this at the last minute when you're in the queue at the gate, because the more and more people that are in a field together, signal gets really, really bad. And then you're also trying to, get it done and dusted there, and then you start flapping, and it's just not a peaceful situation to be in. So any tickets, QR codes, maps, anything like that, download, save them to your phone. So as soon as you arrive, you know you've got them and you're good to go. The next tip is about the good old British weather. Now, you need to prepare for every eventuality. Now, I've been to festivals in the middle of the summer and you think, oh, it's going to be, nice weather, barbecues, and it's absolutely piddled down. And it's been, like a pigsty, some of the fields. So it can ruin it if you don't prepare. Now, I would suggest you always have your sun cream, because even today, it's cold, I've got a hoodie on, it's windy, but if I sit out in the sun, I know I'd burn. So you need your sun cream, you need your after sun. Then I'd also make sure you've got some sort of like wellies or waterproof boots and like a poncho, so you are covered all ways round. If it does turn sour and it ends up piddling down the whole weekend, you can put your wellies on, put your poncho on, and still go out and have a great time. Because, we're British, we don't care about the weather ruining it. We're not going to let the weather ruin it, but you do want to be able to still have a good time, but be in appropriate clothing and footwear. There's no such thing as bad weather, just poor clothing choices, as they say. So yeah, do pack for all weather situations, just so you're covered. On the same vein of that is comfy shoes. You need comfy footwear because there's a lot of walking around. Now, even if you're not interested in the show, as in looking at new motorhomes or looking at buying anything, just going to see your mates. These places can be huge. So going to, you know, one could be parked all the way over there, your other mates could be parked all the way over there, and then you've got to get back to your van. There's a lot of walking to be done. So make sure you've got comfy footwear, and you'll be good to go. Now, this tip Tash is really good at, about making a plan. Make a loose plan for the weekend. Have a look on the website, have a look at the brochure or any materials you've been sent, emails, see what's going on, who's doing the music, any bands you want to hear, who's got talks going on, any stalls you want to see, certain products you want to go and look at, a certain type of motorhome or a camper van. Get it all down, make a note, and if there's certain things at certain times, put an alarm in your phone. Have that loose plan, get it in shape, because the amount of times I've been to shows and you're having fun with your mates, you've gone over, you've seen them, you're having a chat, and that chat, which you think will be 10 minutes, goes on and on and on and on, because you're having such a great time. You're having a catch up, you have a Pepsi, they say, oh, do you want something to eat, we're going to crack the barbecue on, and then you think, oh yeah, I was going to go to that talk. It's gone, it's done, you know. So if you've got talks that you want to see or anything that you want to do, and that, make sure you make a note of it, put an alarm in your phone so then you know when it is, and then and always set it about 10 minutes before, because again, these places can be big, so walking from where you are to where the talks are could be a little bit of a mission. So make sure you get all that done, and then you can not miss out on anything of the weekend, because there's so much to be done on these shows. There really is. Some great talks, some great products to see, some fantastic motorhomes and camper vans to get around and have a look. Even the display vehicles, some of them are insane. They really are, and it's great to have a look around them because it gives you ideas of what you could do, what you could make if you are looking to do things like that. And yeah, if you've got a plan, it's going to be a much easier way to get things done, and make sure you don't miss out on those essential things that you want to see and do. Now, you guys know I could not talk about food in this video or any video. Now, food is a big one for shows. First and foremost, you have to be honest with yourself. If you're the type of person that gets to a show, you see a burger van and you think, yeah, I'm eating there all weekend, then don't stock your fridge full of food. Just don't do it, because it's just not, you need to be honest with yourself. Are you going to be the one that's quite easily tempted and swayed with a nice burger van, some fish and chips, the toasty stall, the kebab stalls, you know, all of them, the Chinese, any of that? Are you going to be easily persuaded by them? And if you are, that's fine, because I always am. But if you are, don't pack your fridge full of food. Now, you might want to have a little look online, see what kind of food is going to be there at the event, because, you know, if you've got dietary requirements, then you need to know what's going to be available for you. Now, that can also help you in another way, where you can just say, well, we're going to eat out once this weekend, so you know where you're going to eat, and they might even have a menu online, so you can check that out to pre-plan. Now, another thing is easy food options. This is probably the best tip ever. You want easy food options. Now, you can make this as healthy or as simple as possible. You could batch cook a chili or something like a bolognese, so then you can just put it over a jacket potato when you're ready to eat. Like, you know, sausage. I'm not saying this is the healthiest things, but sausage rolls, pasties, things that are easy to grab. A sandwich, a baguette, a pre-made salad, sandwich fillings, all that are easy to grab and go, because you'll be socializing so much. If you think you're going to cook from scratch, then it's really, I mean, I've done it so many times, it might just be me, but it just doesn't work. Now, another thing that always happens at these meets is barbecues. I absolutely love a barbecue, and we've had 2 so far here of the year, first ones of the year, and I love them. I absolutely love barbecues. But you don't want to stock your fridge full of the meats if you don't know if you're going to have them. Now, you can talk to all your mates if you're going to have a barbecue or not before you get there, but I would chuck a few burgers, sausages and loads of different barbecue meats in the freezer if you've got one, and then you've got them, you're not going to waste them, they're not going to go out of date, but they're also ready to go at the drop of a hat. Obviously, you've got to defrost them, but they're ready to go when you need them if you're all going to have a barbecue. It is quite hard eating at the festivals, because the time runs away with you. It really does. I mean, drop it in the comments below if you guys have this problem or if it's just me and I'm just a weirdo. But time runs away with you. So then you're like, oh yeah, I do need to eat, but you know, I've got to go see so-and-so. And then you start talking and this, that and the other. And you're like, oh, I haven't eaten all day. And then it's, what do I eat? And you don't want to be inside slaving over a stove. So you tend to just grab anything. Be it just a power bar, a go bar, whatever. Try and alleviate that with pre-cooked options, simple options, or eat the show and just bring the bare basics in your fridge so you're not wasting any food or money. Another one that goes along with the food and drink is your drinks. Make sure you've got reusable cups, because a lot of the bars use reusable cups now, and they'll often refill them a little bit cheaper, so you haven't got to buy the reusable cup there and then. Now this one might be a bit controversial. Have some backup entertainment, because it is an event and you are going to be socialising, and there is a lot of socialising to be done, but you can burn yourself out a bit, and then you might want just a bit of alone time. You know, you might going to go chill in your van and just, you know, be on your own for a bit, or you know, the weather may be bad, or the kids, you know, need something to occupy them. At these events and shows, there's a lot of people, so signal for the mobile phone and the Wi-Fi is usually pretty pants. So I would suggest download a few episodes of your latest TV show, download a movie or two for yourself or the kids, so you've got them from like Netflix or Prime or any of the others, Disney Plus and all that, so you've got them on your tablets, so if you do need them, you've already got them. You don't, I'm not saying we should all stay in our vans and watch Netflix and not socialise, but of an evening, you know, you've got one episode of your TV show to just unwind with at the end of the night. If you want to just chill out for a couple of hours in the afternoon, you know, de-stressing or something, or, you know, it can get quite overwhelming being so social. So if you do want to do that, then it would be nice to have that pre-downloaded, so you haven't then got to go, oh, I can't sit and watch anything because the signal's pants. You're really not. And on the same vein of that is having some games. Like I know me and my lot, we love Uno. It doesn't always happen at festivals because we're usually out and about quite a lot, but always have a pack of cards or a pack of Uno on hand, so then you can have a game if it really, you know, if you want to have a bit of a laugh and a bit of banter, because Uno can get savage and it is so much fun with your mates. It really is. So I've gone through quite a lot of my hints and tips, Tash's and Beth's, but now I know Pete, he actually volunteers at quite a few festivals and goes to loads of festivals throughout the country and throughout the year. So I thought I'd ask you, Pete, top tips for festivals and getting the best out of them, and you know.
Well, the first person you're going to meet is going to be the volunteer or stewards, and they do volunteer, so they don't get paid, so be nice to them.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Definitely.
And you know, have a chat with them, have a laugh, and hopefully they'll put you on a nice level pitch that they're saving for their mates.
yeah, that's a good one. Nice one.
Bring some ramps to level the van. Some places want chocks now, especially if it's hilly.
Yep, good idea.
Food-wise, something quick.
Yeah, you want quick and easy food, isn't it? Because you don't want to be in there slaving away, do you?
I mean, we all want healthy food, but if your mates are outside playing and you've got a bolognese to cook for an hour, then you'd rather just grab a pasty. Yeah,
you just want to be out there having a laugh with your mates, don't you? Because these might be the only times you haven't seen each other for months on end.
Yeah.
So this is the time that you catch up, isn't it?
Yeah, like twice a year or something.
It's but as a volunteer, anything about like I've said to people they should download their tickets. Does that happen a lot?
Several places we go to, there's no access to Wi-Fi on site.
Right.
So you're at the gate and they're like, oh, I'll find it on my phone, and they can't. So they have to drive off site to download it, to screenshot it.
Because it holds up the queue and everything.
Yeah, but then that also works for the stall holders because they can't use their card machine. So I'd say bring cash.
Oh, okay, so bring some, and that's a good tip. Yeah, because everyone's going cashless.
Yeah.
But if they've got no Wi-Fi or there's problems, have a little bit of cash on hand is always a good idea So download all your tickets, get your QR codes saved to your phone, and then have some cash on hand.
Or if you're old like me, you screenshot it.
Get your screenshots. Yeah. Anything else?
Levelers, chocks, cash. No,
just nice. Have a good time.
Just have a good time.
Yeah.
Choose some good mates, because I'm stuck with this one.
And on that note, I think I'll leave you to it, Pete. No, they are some top tips. And I didn't think about the cash one. That is a good idea, to have a little bit of cash on hand, because if signal does get a bit poor and is hard, then you've always got a way to purchase. Yeah, good tip. And definitely be friendly and nice to the volunteers, because they are volunteers, remember that. So yeah, and just have a baggy weekend. Now I want to know from you all your hints, tips and tricks for show season and festivals. Drop them in the comments below, share them with everyone, so we all make the best and the most out of all the festivals we go to this year. And also let me know which ones you're going to. I can't wait to be able to see you all. And you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to go and sit back, relax, chill in this sunshine and get ready for my third barbecue of the season already. I love it. Yes, the sun is shining. Have a great week. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.